save all of your settings. So you can have one called Facebook, and it has all the settings in OBS are for streaming to Facebook. You can make another one for YouTube, then you just click that, and then it carries over the key, all of the settings that you would need to stream to YouTube. I like doing this, so if something happens, say Facebook goes down, YouTube goes down, you can quickly change the profile after it's been set up, and you're already set to go. And we'll probably go over that as well. Here's our theme. We're going to go over that. Here's our tools for scripts and timers and all your help. Alright? Now, it looks a little bit different. Let's go ahead and maximize this. And this is looking a little bit different. I like the layout, but everything is pretty much the same. You got your scenes, your sources, your audio, your transitions, your buttons here for streaming, recording. Virtual camera is now built in. So all that extra stuff that we had to do before, you don't have to worry about. Virtual camera is built in to this version. Your studio mode, so you can see program and preview here. Your settings and exit. Alright, let's go to settings. Here's your basic stuff. Again, a lot of this I don't really mess with. If there was anything that I would change, it would be if you're using OBS to send video to another TV, and that's using a full screen projection. You might want to check off, save your projectors so that they're always on when you turn back on OBS, so you don't have to turn them on manually again. That's really the only setting inside of here that I normally do on this front screen. Right? You have your streaming location where you would pick your platform, your key, and all that other stuff. We're going to go through that as well. Your output. Now this is a little bit different. I don't normally like messing with advanced. I like to keep everything simple, but for whatever reason, when I do it in simple mode on the Mac, it doesn't pick up the GPU that's built in. So that's why I go to advanced, and then it at least lets me pick the hardware encoding or software encoding. So I just do that. I don't play around with anything except for the bit rate. But again, we go through the hardware wizard to set that up. So we'll come back to that, but that's what we do. Audio, the same way I do anywhere else, because I want to control how much audio is going to each scene. I disable all of these because I only want audio where I want it to be. Video, this is the output is what you're streaming at. I do 1080p. You could change this to 720p if your computer's not able to handle it, or anything lower. But honestly, if you're not able to stream at least 720p, I'll either up your internet speed, but most likely if you can't stream to that, it will actually, yes, probably because your upload speed can't support it, or your computer can't support it. I'm assuming that your system is going to be able to do 1080p because that's what I'm going to be doing. Right? So be mindful for that. Because if you're trying to stream and your system and you're up, mainly if your system can't handle 720p, the system is not up to speed for what you need to do with your live stream. So I've seen this many times. If anybody is trying to run OBS on a MacBook Air, the Air does not have the horsepower to run that. Don't even save yourself some time and go ahead and get an M1 or something else, because it's not built for that. Right? This is also where you can change your frames per second. I'm going to keep mine at 60, and hotkeys are there, so you can always make hotkeys to make stuff easier for you. You got your accessibility where you can change the colors of everything if you really wanted to. And then you have advanced. I really don't mess with advanced that much, but let's go ahead and go through the standard stuff that I like to do when it comes to my live streaming here with OBS. So we're going to make our scenes. Let's actually make a scene collection, and I'm going to do new. And you can make a bunch of these. I've done these for football games, like I said, weddings, funerals, services, Bible study, whatever. So I'm going to say this is for media. So now I have a completely different scenes that I can go to here. Make sure I have those selected. Alright? So let's go through our basics. Make a scene for service. This first one that was defaultly there, I'm going to rename that to pre-service. I'm going to make another one for online giving, another one for your back, one for ending, and then another one for technical issues. Alright, so like I said, I have my ASIM connected to it, whether you have any form of capture device, webcam, whatever, this will work. But let's start with service first. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit plus here. And I'm going to add my capture device. And I'll just call I'll just leave it a capture device. That's fine. And if it's detected, it is. Boom. And I do have a camera that's connected to it. Oh, I don't have the right one selected. Hold on. There we go. There's my image coming from the camera that's connected to the ATEM. Now, the one difference with this, if we go back here in our properties for this, you see there is no option to bring in audio at the same time. So when it comes to the Mac, I have to add a video source and an audio source separately. There's no way for you to find them. So we're going to go ahead and do an audio input as well. And we're going to select it. And we're going to pick the black bag. So on the other systems, they're actually the same. This one is a little different. And audio here because I don't have anything to it. Alright, so there's our audio coming in the system. Very, very cool. But just realize, if you're doing this, you have to bring this in, the audio from your capture device. Capture device won't bring it in. You can't scroll down and use custom audio or anything like that. Alright? So now, we go to online giving.